The Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River in Shanghai, China, is currently the largest hydropower project in the world and was completed as of 2012.
This dam uses the water of the Yangtze River to provide hydroelectricity to over 60 million people in the Shanghai area.
While the Three Gorges Dam is praised as the largest hydropower project in the world, there are also many drawbacks to the dam that concern Chinese officials and environmentalists worldwide. 1.2 million people have already been displaced from the Yangtze River as a result of flooding and construction needs. These people have been forced to build new homes, with only $7 per month in compensation. Additionally, there are environmental issues associated with the dam, such as erosion, flooding, earthquakes, siltation, landslides, and a decline in fishing. Journalist Dai Ching calls the dam, quote, the most environmentally and socially destructive project in the world, end quote. Some critics argue that these drawbacks outweigh the successes of the dam in terms of its hydroelectric output.
Engineers of the Three Gorges Dam drain the reservoir during the summer flood season and then raise the water level at the end of the flood season. This fluctuation in the water levels can cause potential activity in 263 landslide-prone areas. In 2003, 14 people were killed due to the 65-foot waves traveling through the Yangtze River, which were caused by 700 million cubic feet of rock sliding into the Yangtze River. In November of 2008, another landslide occurred near a tributary of the Three Gorges Reservoir, causing 4,000 cubic feet of rock to tumble down onto a nearby highway, burying a bus and killing 30 people.
Another environmental issue associated with the dam is flooding. The Three Gorges Dam has already flooded over 1,350 villages. The farmland devastated by floods in this area used to provide China with 40% of its grain and 70% of its rice crops. Without this land that the reservoir now occupies, China has been struggling financially with the levels of agricultural output that have been lost. The reservoir constantly floods onto nearby villages, which is why so many Chinese citizens have already been displaced. Thus, flooding is a major issue environmentally and socially for the Chinese.
The Yangtze River has high levels of pollution due to increased industrial and domestic development and agricultural runoff. The Three Gorges Dam intensifies the river's pollution because it impounds the water, leading to increased eutrophication. 10 million tons of plastic products, animal corpses, and other detritus have accumulated behind the dam, and more than 265 million tons of sewage is dumped into the Yangtze each year. The dam does not allow this detritus and sewage to flow out to sea, creating stagnant, polluted waters. Prior to construction, the Three Gorges Dam never cleaned vacated towns of toxic waste before submerging them. This further affects the Yangtze's water quality.
One major issue that has emerged as a result of the Three Gorges Dam construction is an increase in earthquakes. Since damming slows down the speed of Earth's rotation by restricting water flow, this causes an increase in earthquakes at times. The Chinese Earthquake Administration indicated, quote, significantly increased earthquake activity along the dam's reservoir. There were reports of 3,429 earthquakes between June of 2003 and December of 2009, which is a number that's 30 times more earthquakes than in the period before the dam was constructed. This process of an increase in earthquakes is known as reservoir-induced seismicity. When there's a drastic change in the water level of the reservoir, earthquake activity is induced. Since there are fault lines underneath the dam, these fault lines are affected by the construction of the dam, causing earthquakes along the sides of the reservoir. When construction plans were made for the Three Gorges Dam back in 1992, officials and constructors knew that these environmental issues, such as earthquakes, landslides, flooding, and pollution, could be potential problems. However, nonetheless, the construction continued, and today these environmental issues severely impact the people of China.
Possible solutions to the environmental problems caused by the Three Gorges Dam include monitoring the amount of pollutants and sewage in the river. Also, by keeping the water level in the reservoir constant, rather than draining and filling it, engineers of the dam could avoid causing more landslides to occur.